You ready for a good old-fashioned haul video? I am. So just recently I posted this video here where I challenged myself to take $20 to see how many items I could get for $1 and how much profit I could turn off of that $20 capital investment. So in that video, I wanted to see how far I could make $20 stretch. So I basically took $20 into this bin store on Dollar Day and chose 18 items that I thought I could sell for the most profit. I will make sure to link that video down in the video description below so you can go check out how much profit I was able to make off of $20 at the bin store. But in that video, I had mentioned that I actually found way more items than the 18 that I wanted to use to challenge myself with that $20. So, you know, I bought the rest of it. So these are the items that I did not include in that $20 challenge video, but I did see the value in these items, so I wanted to make sure that I bought them as filler for my Facebook page. So the items that I selected for the $20 challenge were items that I felt gave me a lot more profit per sale. These items aren't going to be as much profit. However, I feel like I am going to turn my money way more times than I typically would with a higher price point. So one of the things that I have noticed shopping at bin stores is I'm usually able to 3x or 4x my money just depending on the day that I go. So if I go on a $4 day, I would expect to make 3 times my money back. If I do $3, I might expect to do 4 times my money back. And that's on average. Sometimes it's more like 2 times my money. Sometimes it could be 5 times my money. But these items that I paid only $1 for, I would expect 5 or 6x my money easy. So I want to show you what I got. And now a question I'm sure that a lot of my viewers have is why bother with items that you might only get 5x your money with $1 investment? Because simple math says that that means I'm selling things for $5 on my Facebook page. The reason is a lot of the times I find that these lower cost filler items actually perform better than the higher value ones sometimes. There was one time I listed a drone on my page for $100 and nobody wanted to pay that. But then on the same day, I posted 10 other $5 items and all of those sold. So I sold 10 items at $5 a piece for $50 in revenue for all of those items versus a $100 drone that didn't sell at all. So I have learned over the years that those nickel and dime prices really do add up. So selling most, if not all of these items for $5 or more, that's well worth it to me because remember, I only paid $1 for each of the items. So I'm gonna show you what else I found on Dollar Day at this bin store. So I could not believe that I scored these for only $1. They are 2 glass iced coffee glasses and both of them have glass straws. I believe these are 20-ounce glasses. They are both in perfect condition, brand new. Comps on Amazon were around $12 to $15 for the set. So I am expecting to sell these on my Facebook page for about $7. And I paid only $1 for the set. $6 in profit on a $1 purchase. That's awesome. I'm also going to keep track of how much I think I could sell everything for so we can see if the juice is worth the squeeze, so to speak. I also got 2 of these. Everybody loves a good Stanley accessory, am I right? No, this is not a Stanley, this is a Stanley. It's the knockoff version I paid $10 for. Keeps my drinks just as cold and didn't cost me an arm and a leg. So this is an accessory, it's one of those snack containers that basically fits around the top of your Stanley or your knockoff Stanley, whatever you want to call it. It also has a silicone bottom to put on the bottom of your Stanley to keep it from sliding around. It also has a straw cover included. So it's got the straw cover, it's got the silicone bottom sleeve, and the silicone, I guess I should have mentioned that it's silicone, not plastic, so it's, you know, movable. So these were actually not worth as much on Amazon as I expected them to be, but I would expect that I could sell each of these for $5 on my page, so it's $10 for both. These are decorative Christmas bells. So there are 5, I have 5 sets in this box. They're just rope and brass bells that hang down. You can like decorate your wreaths, you can hang them on garland or whatever. Again, these were not worth as much as I expected, but I do expect to be able to sell all 5 of them for $5 minimum on my page. So at first I thought that this was just like a travel carry bag, but under further investigation, I found out that it is a baby changing. It's a portable baby changing station thing. So you can lay this out, you can change a diaper, then you can fold it back up. It's got the little mesh pouches for holding diapers and wipes. I thought that this was a really, really neat thing. I never had anything like this for my kids, but boy, I would have found it handy. It just really easy peasy can go in a diaper bag. It was roughly $12 or $13 on Amazon. I would expect to sell this for $5. So stuff like this, I'm never really sure about, but for $1, I figured I'd give it a try. They're just like little silicone brushes you can use for like massaging your scalp when you're washing your hair or exfoliating your skin with body wash. These aren't very expensive, so I would expect to sell the 2-pack for like $3. So these are really nice. These are heavy duty oven liners. So they are 17 inches by 25 inches, and they are heat resistant up to 500 degrees. You basically lay them in the bottom of your oven, and if anything boils over while it's baking or cooking in your oven, these little heat resistant mats protect your oven from the stick, cake on, burning, whatever. And I'm pretty sure that you can just easily wash these, or you could just throw them out. They are dishwasher safe, so they are washable. You can cut them to size, and they are BPA free. So the set was about $10 on Amazon, so I expect to put them on my page for $5. Next up is this figurine that is covered in styrofoam, but it's just this little figurine with a man and woman kissing. Oh, it's like a perfect little anniversary kind of figurine. So it's $29 on Amazon. It's pretty niched, and I don't know how many people are gonna want this figurine, so I figured I would try to sell it for $7. This is a pet licking mat. Yeah, that's right, and it does come with a spatula. So you take the little suction and you stick it to something, and then you spread peanut butter or whatever on the mat, and your pet licks it. I mean, that's all it is. I plan to sell it for $3 or $4 on my page. I'm just gonna call it $3. We'll shoot low. That way, if I get more for it, I'll be surprised. So this is a 2-in-1 silicone sip and snack cup. So styrofoam just gets everywhere, man. So it is this really nice gray sippy cup. It's got a little straw that goes in the sippy cup, and then you can also change out the lid and put this lid on there for snacks. So that's why it's a 2-in-1. You can either have your toddler drinking from a straw, it's a 5-ounce cup, or you could put snacks in here, and it has a spill-free container so they could stick their little fingers in there and pull out the snacks without, you know, accidentally dumping it all out and making a mess. So something like this is about $8 or $9 on Amazon. I am going to plan to sell it for about $3 on my page. So this is a shoe rack. However, it's not the shoe rack that I expected. I expected it to be like a traditional shoe rack that you like hang on the other side of your door, and then you hang your shoes, and it's dark navy blue, but it's actually specifically formatted for RVs, which I guess that means that it hangs horizontally rather than vertically. So if you have like a shoe rack that hangs on the back side of a door, it hangs vertically. This one actually goes this way, but it's still fine because people can, you know, hang it on the sides of their bed or something like that. It sells for around $16 usually. I think I am going to try to sell it for $7. This is a portable door lock. So it's one of those devices that you can take with you, and it basically turns any doorknob into a chain lock, basically. So if you have a door, if you're out at a hotel or if you're staying at somebody's house and you're just not comfortable with their locking situation, you can have something like this with you so it can lock any door, basically. It doesn't like lock the knob, but it creates that chain lock kind of situation. So something like this I would expect to sell for about $5. This is a little travel tray. You can put it on a stroller. You can put it on your cup holder in your car. It just basically sits inside any cup holder and it gives you a little tray. So you can still put your cup here and then you could put snacks and things here. So they kind of have it advertised in like a stroller kind of situation. Like if you're pushing a stroller, you put this in the cup holder, you could put snacks here, or in the car, or in a car seat in the car. So you could put this and your child can have a snack on a long road trip or something. Something like this I would also expect to sell for about $5 on my page. I sell stuff like this all the time. This is the first time I've ever seen a single of it. Usually I have 3 packs. It is an outdoor remote control dimmer. So it is basically an outlet that you can plug things into and control it with the remote. So if you have an outdoor light, or if you have string lights or something, or if you have a floodlight or something like that outside, you can plug it into this and you can control it with a remote. Something like this is about $15 on Amazon. I expect to sell it for about $7. These are 2 dryer vent cleaning brushes. So these are not worth a lot of money. I looked them up on Amazon. It's about $10 for 2 of them. So I would expect to sell both of these for $5. This is a Simple Housewares black wire mesh drawer organizer. So it's not that big. You can see it's fairly small. I have sold many drawer organizers before. This is by far one of the smallest ones that I've had. That's why I was only willing to pay $1 for it. Usually drawer organizers I can sell for between $8 and $12 that are a little bit bigger than this. So this I would only expect to get about $5 for. This is a set of a lot of small items that I'm not going to open further than this. It's a bunch of colored cable ties. It also has those little sticky cable holder things. So if you have a bunch of wires on your computer desk or something, you could put the cable holders on there, and then you have the colored zip ties so that you can kind of color coordinate where all of your wires are going. This is something I just plan to sell for about $3. So this was sealed at the bin store and I didn't want to bother with having somebody open it. I figured for $1 I would take the risk and just see what it was gonna be. And I was pleasantly surprised, although I don't think I'm gonna get much for it. I just thought it was cool. It's a Bella House Christmas ornament, and all I could read was that it said that it is a Brutus gargoyle ornament. What? And it's exactly what it is. It is, it's a gargoyle. It's a gargoyle. It's exactly what it said it was gonna be. It's a gargoyle, and apparently his name is Brutus. Brutus the gargoyle. I don't know if there's a market for this or not, so I figured I would just put it on my page for $3, especially because it's out of season. If it was closer to Christmas season, I might be able to sell it for more, but I really don't want to hang on to it. I'm kind of in that turn and burn kind of situation where I don't want stuff sitting around, so I don't want to hold it for Christmas. So I'll just try to move it for $3. This is a set of what do they call them? Flavorizer bars. It is for a Weber grill. So normally I wouldn't put stuff like this on the business Facebook page because it's a little niched. It's for a very specific kind of grill, but it is grilling season, and I figured that the Weber grills are like the most primary used grills that people have around here, I think, because everybody sells Weber. So I figured I would try to put it on the page, but I'm only gonna put them on the page for like $5 just to hopefully guarantee that they sell. And then the last item, I really can't show you because I have no idea what it looks like. No, so all I know is that it is a shoe rack of some kind. The little ASIN barcode that I can see tells me that it is a bronze shoe rack. And so I looked inside, and unfortunately there's no instructions that have any sort of photo that shows me what it should look like. I know that it's got these brown kind of poly plastic liners. It's got a bunch of bronze brown colored bars. It looks like all of the hardware is here. So when my husband gets home from work, he has a project to do. I've already texted him. I already told him, I'm like, hey honey, I've got a project for you. There's this shoe rack. I have no idea how to put it together. I'm sure that my husband can figure it out. It really doesn't look that complicated. I just don't really want to take the time to do it myself, so I'm gonna ask hubby to do it. But I am hoping that I will be able to sell this for $10 after it's put together. So that's what I'm gonna shoot for on my page. But for the purposes of projected revenue, I'm just gonna say $8 to be safe. I have a feeling I'm gonna be able to get more like $10 or $12 for it though once it's put together and we can see what it actually is. But as far as I can tell, all of the pieces are there. I just don't know what the shoe rack looks like. Well, this is what it looks like. Matt was able to get it put together just like I knew he would. However, I can't decide if we're going to sell it or keep it because it was missing a couple screws. Not on this side. I think it was on the other side. Yep, right here. So it was missing, maybe it wasn't screws, but it was missing something. So we ended up having to glue this bar on just to make sure that it was sturdy enough. It might have actually just been one screw that was missing. So we had to glue it. So that means that we cannot disassemble this. And I didn't want to disassemble it and then have someone else put it together to find out that there was a piece missing. So I think we're just gonna keep it put together. I just can't decide if I want to sell it put together or if we'll just keep it and use it for maybe storing merchandise or something. I'm not sure, but that is what the shoe rack looks like. So if my calculations and my math is correct, that is 20 items if we're including the duplicate Stanley Cup snack tray. So everything that I just showed you is 20 items. So that means that with sales tax, it's roughly $22 in cost of goods. Now, what kind of revenue do I think I'm going to make? Based off of everything that I showed you, I expect to do about $101 in revenue minus $22 in cost of goods. That means I plan to make about $79 in profit. So definitely not as much profit as the $20 challenge video I was talking about, but definitely worth the time if you ask me. I paid only $1 per item. So everything I showed you was only $22 with sales tax. I will spend $22 to make $100 in revenue all day, every day. Well worth it. So if you have a bin store near you and they have a $1 day, I highly encourage you to go dig through those bins and see what kind of value you can find. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to check the video description. I always put a lot of useful information in there, including the link to my Facebook page. So I do not sell all of this stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I know that that is a misconception that people have every time I say I'm selling on Facebook. I do not sell on Facebook Marketplace. I think that Facebook Marketplace it's a place for scammers and con artists. I do not sell on there because all I do is get inundated with spam. Am I alone in this? I don't think so, because I hear a lot of you guys say you have similar experiences to me. No, I have actually created a business Facebook page where the followers of that page buy directly from me on Facebook. So I do have that page linked down in the video description if you want to go to it and just see how exactly my page operates on a day-to-day basis. I do also have my nut, candy, and snack website in there also, because I don't just do liquidation now, I also roast my own nuts and I have different snack mixes and candies and things, so that website is in there if you want to go check it out if you need some snacky snacks while you're working. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to ring that notification bell, that way you're notified when I post my next video. And if you have any questions or comments, please do feel free to put them down in the comments below. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you with my next video. Bye.